did you see Fern made a video about them being bought out by a private equity? I knew it! Remember when I said Fern was posting too many videos and they were getting like less and less quality? Oh my god! Yo! The truth about Fern. Oh my god, please. I knew it, man. I knew it.
Lately, people have been talking about Fern quite a lot.
Fern is the fastest growing documentary channel
Two
on
university
Is the
students.
channel called Fern?
Who is making these videos and how? So
I
we
need to watch
decided
this.
to tell our origin story and to give you a look under the hood. We'll walk you through the 500 to 1,000 hours it takes to make a Fern video. And we'll give you a
Sheesh.
peek at what we're planning to do next.
I used to react to so many Fern videos. I used to react to it immediately when it's released, but then later on they posted a little bit too frequently to the point where I became less interested because, like, you know when you get a little bit too much food in your plate and then the food just becomes kind of disgusting because you've been eating too much? That kind of feeling, that's how I felt like with Fern. It's not that the food was bad. I didn't say the food was bad. I'm just like, huh. It's a lot of like meals, and I'm just like surprised, and then I was less interested in the stories that they were like trying to say, like why most of Africa rejected McDonald's. I don't care. The insane tech behind Putin's survival. I don't know. It's not a video for me. And then like, yeah, look at this views, bro. Look, me, watch. I love watching Fern, but like it did fall off a little bit for me.
Alright, first, time for some lore. I am Jonas, or Jonas actually. You might have
Jonas.
noticed already, but I'm German. In high school, I met
Was?
David, or David, and we've been friends ever since.
Aw,
In 2015, we
cute.
started a German channel called Simplicissimus in tribute to this classic satire magazine. Most people just call our channel Simply today, even for Germans the full name is quite the mouthful. We also started a commentary channel shortly after. We were still going to uni in the Netherlands at the time, and YouTube was just a hobby. But from the get-go, we were inspired by the greats on this platform.
Aww.
We've always been fans first. Every frame a painting, of course. The Nerdwriter, Kurzgesagt, Vox, CGP Grey.
In my opinion, any great creator, when it comes to content creation, when it comes to anything, they always have great inspiration with other people, though. Like, they're great fans of something.
Veritasium,
be.
Vsauce, Let Me Know, Captain Christian, Neil Halloran, the list goes on and on and on. All these channels were, in their own way, making an impact. And this might sound a bit corny, but we wanted to make an impact too.
Fucking love
That
Let Me
often
Know.
involves reaching many people, which works best in English on this platform. So in the summer of 2019, we gave it a shot with Reezy.
Breezy.
It actually worked quite well, and the channel hit 100,000 subs within the first 4 or 5 videos. Simone Yetch tweeted about our video on
I
Shell's
like
greenwashing
Feet
at the time, just weeks before her Wired cover. That was cool. But we were out of uni at this point, barely making any money with YouTube and keeping ourselves afloat with editing gigs. So ultimately, we didn't manage to keep both channels running. Reezy died, dipped under 100k subs over time, and this banner has been a big-ass lie ever since.
Oh.
Around the same time, Simply joined Funk, essentially a network financing and producing content for young people funded by the German public broadcasting system. And this marked a real turning point for us. We got professional journalistic training and a stable budget to build a team and make better content. We had some truly great years there, but it was not all great, and we decided to leave Funk in 2022 for a variety of reasons. One of them being that it was nearly impossible for us in that setup to try and restart Reezy. First, we kinda got off track with a bigger streaming documentary on Russian government hackers though. It's actually available on Fern, but for complicated legal reasons without all the cool interviews.
Oh, interesting.
Just when we were finishing off that project, we met Elmer. He already ran his channel, Hook. All 3 of us were living in Amsterdam, and we connected over our shared views on YouTube and what it was missing. Elmer was a gifted animator and storyteller, and at the forefront of using 3D in his videos. David and I had a team of journalists and mostly 2D animators and knew how to run a YouTube channel at scale.
I knew
An idea began to form.
Okay.
What if we joined forces?
Oh.
Over the course of almost a year, we developed Fern. The name is a play on the German words Fernweh and Fernsehen.
Fernweh.
The former
Fernweh.
describes the feeling of homesickness for a place you've never been, and the latter means to watch television. It's also planned in English, hence the green. On July 11th, 2023, we went live. and it all became pretty crazy pretty fast.
I think they deserve everything that they have right now. I think you could really see the quality and love they put in their videos and stuff like that. And even if I personally don't watch them anymore, I don't see anything bad about this.
Back to 2023. It's probably not an overstatement that our videos on the hunt for the dark web king and the kids who hacked the CIA were catalysts for this subgenre. The mystery board flooded YouTube. Copies of our 3D thumbnail style would go on to become a defining feature of AI slop content. We'll cover that in a different video soon. And we want to stress that we didn't invent most of this. Lemino had been using 3D in brilliant ways in his videos way earlier, so had our friend Neo and others. We actually got the inspiration for the first board thumbnail from his Bin Laden video and asked him if he'd be chill with us creating our own version. In any case, Fern was
asking permission. W. Sometimes people don't really like the fact that they take inspiration by other people and they don't like saying it out loud, dude. WW.
Delivering these types of videos on a near weekly basis, thanks to countless hours of work by our hyper-dedicated team. And that was new, helping the channel grow very quickly. But more on our team and workflows in a minute, because pretty quickly there was a problem. Elmer noticed that working in a setting like this wasn't working for him. Experimentation and scene building in Blender increasingly became feedback on Frame.io and chasing people for script deadlines. And it was tough to not let his personal channel hook slide. 4 months after launch and about 15 videos in, he quit. But he continued doing voiceovers, since he was the main established voice of the channel at this point, which was incredibly kind. We're friends to this day, and I think it was a good decision for him. There's no drama here, it's just how things go sometimes.
True.
But for David and me at that moment, it posed a huge challenge. We'd only really managed to get Fern off the ground with a third person on board. Now we had to run Simply, Fern, and our other projects in parallel. We were at the end of our 20s, managing a team of around 60 employees and freelancers. The rocket was flying into space, and we were hopelessly overwhelmed.
60! Oh my god!
There were many stressful periods during our YouTube career, that's just part of it. But this was a whole different beast. Lost in HR, sales, business operations, production coordination, and legal stuff, we could barely focus on the actual content anymore. We realized that we just couldn't keep going alone, especially if we wanted to keep up the video quality. And that's when we started talking to Electrify. Their business model is pretty straightforward. Electrify invests in creators, stabilizes their business, and takes a bunch of operational tasks off their shoulders. The creators maintain full editorial and creative control and have final say over sponsors. We quickly understood that they understood that the audience's trust is the one thing that matters on YouTube, especially in edutainment. If your quality drops, your audience leaves and your business collapses. So any sustainable YouTube operation needs to put quality first at all times.
True.
We intrinsically knew that, and apart from that, just always want to make better, more meaningful content with the biggest possible impact. But we needed any possible partner to understand this too. While considering it, we spoke to Derek from Veritasium about his experiences. He'd been with Electrify for quite some time at this point, and his work-life balance had improved dramatically, while the channel kept making some of the best content on this platform. For us, the proof was in the pudding. We believed in their business model, and after months of consideration, decided to partner with them starting the 1st of January.
Guys, what's your opinion on this?
2025. And that move was an absolute game changer for us. The change took time, and at times the transition was rocky. But ultimately, they took so many tasks off our hands. HR, sales, legal, etc., etc. We managed to refocus on the content and stabilize.
I think as long as they're literally as long as their quality is completely the same, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, eh?
Our operations. We're now able to make longer, more in-depth videos with way more boots on the ground. Our visual quality increased significantly as well as we grew both the writer's room and the production team. There are amazing ex-Netflix and BBC folks working at Electrify with decades of production and process experience. One of them helped us pull off the Wakhan production, for which we successfully sent Valley to Afghanistan. That documentary has won 4 awards so far, and we are so proud of it. And we have so much more coming this year. We're experimenting with reenactments. We have several investigations coming for you, some bizarre, some chilling. We interviewed incredible people to bring you their stories. And of course, we're planning new videos with Valley. Maybe that's a good moment to give you a little insight into how we're making all of this content.
I think when you're doing this kind of big ass projects, you kind of do need help, and sometimes companies are really good help. I'm not gonna lie.
The
And
entire
the fact that they're very open about it is a good sign because they trust that the viewers will all like they want to like bring in the viewers with their journey and transparency with the thingy because like they're not shying away for the fact that they are like taking this like decision and stuff.
next part is totally inspired by Kurzgesagt's 1200-hour video. Their quality standards in general have always been a benchmark for us, and I'd probably faint if I ever met their founder Philip in person. We emailed a couple of times though, that was exciting. Overall, about 100
Sorry, need to install this real quick.
people work on our videos. Not all full-time, of course. So we have an endless list of top
100. Oh my god. Well, this is not true transparency. They're trying to sell us on the company they are a part of. Oh, like saying that they're really good and stuff like that. Like it feels like a promo kind of like on how other YouTubers are also trusting them and they trust them as well. So it makes the viewers feel like it's like very trustworthy just because they're saying it.
topics coming from all over. Things that interest David and me, internal pitches, suggestions from viewers. Generally, we work on about 30 projects at any given time.
Like this video seems like a big ad.
We try to
You know what's so funny? It was starting around this time. I think it was when this one, or I think no. I think it was this video where I was like, I think I'm not having fun watching Fern anymore as much. Like, I decided not to watch it anymore after, like I didn't watch. I don't think I watched this one. I don't think I watched this one. I don't think I watched this one. It was like before Chernobyl. I don't remember. All I remember is that I decided not to watch Fern as much anymore recently because I wasn't enjoying my viewing watch as much anymore. Do I think it's because of a quality change? No. It was more because like I'm not really a fan of like what they're making videos about anymore.
balance ambitious productions with more straightforward content like true crime. When covering crime, we usually try to find stories that
You know what it is? I think it's because you know when you're watching Lamino, I love watching Lamino because it's not only for the story that he's saying, but because of the way that he's saying it and because of the way that he is like portraying the story and the way that he's like Lamino is one of the greatest in my opinion when it comes to storytelling. And when it comes with creating a existing story and making it feel like it's brand new. Sometimes Fern for me personally just feels like recently, at least for me, I feel like I'm in a history class and I'm just trying not to sleep. And because Lamino is like, dude, you can't help it. He's a good ass presenter.
the second layer, something you can take away from the video aside from the thrill. We aim for a colorful, unpredictable mix.
Big production often loses the magic that made them special, get lost in the endless number of chase. Exactly, yes. Like, I don't think it would have been an issue of like just lessening the videos that Fern might like post. I don't think that would be an issue. I don't think anybody would have an issue with that. It's like complaining about having cake. I don't know.
So you'll never know what's gonna come next.
Funny enough that they had mentioned a YouTuber that I personally just don't really have fun as much watching ever since the whole like him kind of stepping down in his position as the YouTuber and stuff like that and the ownership and etc. It hasn't been the same. You can't deny it. It hasn't been the same.
We also collaborate with established outlets. They often have far more resources than us, and it's an honor to spread their reporting.
But it always gets millions of views. That mean money. I don't know. I personally really like feeling connected to. I don't know. Maybe this is I don't think this is parasocial. I really just like feeling like you could feel the effort that the person behind the scenes did for the video to see and for you to watch.
Once a topic has been selected, we spend days, sometimes weeks, doing initial research. Then we discuss how we could tell that story. Then more days, weeks, or sometimes even months of research follow, often trying to find an
like MadPad. I'm not gonna watch game theory without MadPad. Exactly.
Interview experts or protagonists. This comes with its own challenges, for example, finding film crews all across the world to work with us. Then the main journalist covering the story writes the script.
But this is very different though. Like Fern is like extreme. Yeah, I don't know. It's rough.
Under the supervision of an editor-in-chief. Yet another editor-in-chief provides a third pair of eyes, and every video gets a fact-checked by our dedicated fact-checking team. Sometimes we bring in additional outside experts to weigh in on science or history questions.
Holy
We still
shit.
make mistakes, but we try to correct them as best we can. Once
Fair.
a script is done, the production team rolls in and cooks. Oftentimes, our art directors have already been involved during the script process to make sure interviews are filmed in a certain way, for example.
Jesus Christ.
A team of cutters, 2D and 3D animators, musicians, and sound designers all work together on a single video. Usually, it takes about 2 to 4 months for a video to move through
Wow.
post-production.
I'm not gonna lie. This is stupid. I'm complaining about the most stupidest thing, so don't listen to me. I don't like it when things are becoming too professional. I remember when I was watching a streamer when they were like a 300 viewer Andy, and they used to be very chill and stuff, and they they grew and stuff like that, and I'm really happy for them. But it for me personally as a viewer, I couldn't really watch them anymore because it felt like they were just clip farming the whole time instead of like what they used to do, which is just like chilling out and like having fun and etc. etc. Sometimes being too professional sets a weird tone that I personally I just really like when things are a little bit scuffed.
Now, you might be wondering, all that sounds incredibly expensive. It is. We have 2 income streams, AdSense and sponsors. First, AdSense.
Did Fern say, maybe if I missed it or something, my apologies, but like did Fern say that the 2 owners, are they still working? Or are they literally like, are they just like the owner but they're not really there anymore?
YouTube pays you a share of the ad income through their native ads. Good when you make a lot of views. We're
Thanks,
confident
sir.
in
Thanks
our
for 47
content, but it
months.
naturally raises the pressure to package our stories well. Second, sponsors. A slot in the video, no editorial oversight or input. We reject almost all sponsors who want to work with us and extensively vet the ones we pick. But also here, more views often equal more
No
income.
crowns, like a 14
In
months.
addition, many businesses now focus on AI. We don't think AI is any good at creative tasks, but can be useful in other areas. Balance
I wish I had AI for grammatical checks. Actually, wasn't it used since before? The LLMs and stuff like that? I feel like that's always been used for grammatical stuff.
Seeing what we can and cannot recommend, how and to what degree is difficult. And at the same time, it's just tough to find good brands that are willing to buy a slot in an investigation into journalism in Gaza.
Yeah, is it not? Not an LLM, but another algorithm. Oh, the more I know. I used to use Grammarly a lot when I was in high school and in uni.
That will never mean that we wouldn't make a video like this. It's the whole reason any of us are in this in the first place. Lately, we realized that we need to diversify. Both AdSense and sponsors are good pillars, but they demand a focus on views, and they make it more difficult to cover some of the toughest, most controversial topics. In other words, not everything that matters will get clicks or a sponsor. And at the same time, many investigations into these things that matter demand incredible amounts of resources. So we're building a third pillar called Roots.
What?
This starts with a newsletter. It's packed with amazing content and totally free. We're going to bring you a couple of stories
God, this whole video feels like an ad.
every other week for now about things you never heard of, things you
Okay.
always wondered about, supported by amazing graphics. We'll also share updates and some personal thoughts about our work, about Fern, or whatever is going to be on our mind. We're doing this to build a firmer community around this channel. There won't be any ads in the newsletter.
I feel like the way that they're okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's not like this, okay? But like the way that they talked about this and the way that this video went felt like a Black fucking Mirror episode for some reason. Anyway, after all of what we have done so far,
Thoughts about
this
our
is
work,
what
about Fern,
we
or
would
whatever
like
is
for
going
you
to be
to
on our
bring
mind.
you.
We're doing this to build a firmer community around this channel. There won't be any ads in the newsletter, and we will inform you about Roots as we're building it out. I really hope a lot of you will join us. If you enjoy what we do, this will be a blast.
Holy ads.
Fern is just 3 years old, and in many ways,
Demi, why are you so funny? Because I'm fat.
we're just getting
No, I'm
started.
kidding.
Sorry, Emma, I totally ripped that one from your previous bio. Alright, come on, join the newsletter. It'll tell you about Minecraft's
My god, bro.
most fascinating server and a crazy hacker cable, plus some behind the scenes. Oh, and because you're early, there's a little bonus waiting when you sign up. A link is
Wow, I actually can't believe Fern started 3 years ago. Feel like I've been watching you through my whole quarantine. I don't know why I thought about this, but April Fool's on You should release a documentary on fern plants. Oh, that'd be actually kind of cute though. That would actually be so cute. I I personally I would rather have more Laminos than I would off more. I don't know. This is really hard to take an opinion on because it's like complaining about two cakes. Does that make sense? Like I feel like I'm complaining about having two cakes exist, and it's hard not to feel that I'm literally like just complaining about having two cakes. But this is a personal opinion. I personally really like it when the owner or the person who makes a like YouTube videos are always there and like still there, and majority of the like whatever is still them. I If I wanted to watch a documentary where 60, 100, 200 people were working on it, then I'll watch a documentary. I don't go for YouTube on that for me. Holy sh! Link received £20, 2040 UOD, 18 plus, new users only, TNT apply, minimum spend. Oh, spend! Debit card required, promotion ends at 2026. Oh. Sheeshers. But is it still them? I mean, if they sell it, the only reason they stay is because they get paid by the new owner. I think they still are. I don't know. They didn't actually say. They mentioned this guy, and this guy completely explained it in a better way and very more like non-corporate, in my opinion. This was very corporate. Okay, so that's really hard for me to be more emotionally invested when things feel more corporate. This guy said it very like wholesomely. I remember this video about it. He was like, "Yeah, I just really want to have more free time in my life, and but I still want to create this like informative videos that you guys love, and I still want to be here, but it'll be a mixture now." Okay, like that's what he explained, and I really I appreciate that. I don't mind that. If you want to judge these two guys better, you can look up their other channels, which have more personality and opinions. They are in German. I don't speak the German language. I'm missing out. Yeah, maybe they just want to focus on other things. Like they think that this is like more of like a. To be fair, I feel like this one is more of like a just like a. Yeah, no, I feel like this is fair. Yeah, I think I am complaining about two cakes existing. My bad on that.